That is Cigarette Daydreams by the Grammy-winning rock band Cage the Elephant. It hit 1 billion streams on Spotify last month. I was some of those streams. Cage the Elephant recently wrapped their biggest tour yet on the back of those streams, which included a sold-out Madison Square Garden concert. And the band, which was founded by the Shultz brothers, also just announced that they will be touring with another pair of brothers, Oasis, in these United States next year. Okay, this is getting exciting. Anthony Mason went to Nashville to talk with Matt and Brad Shultz about their relationship and the harrowing story behind their latest album, Neon Pill.
Come a little closer than you see. Come on.
Matt Shultz is the stage-diving, crowd-surfing frontman of Cage the Elephant.
Performing is something, especially early on, that I was obsessed over.
Obsessed in what way?
I didn't want to just have nervous energy on stage and for it to be misguided or unintentional.
Even with a broken foot on their recent tour, he was still all over the stage.
You got really good with the scooter.
Oh, 26 shows will do that.
Matt started playing music with his older brother, Brad, growing up in Bowling Green, Kentucky.
Me and Brad started writing songs when our parents first split up and we were living with our grandmother in a trailer park.
Yeah.
We were both in this just tiny bedroom. We would spend hours, honestly.
Oh, there ain't no rest for the wicked.
Our band dynamic was like, he was a drummer, I was like playing guitar.
Matt actually found his drum set in a dumpster.
My mom was like, "That's disgusting." My dad was like, "This is sweet." We set this up.
The brothers gave their first performance at a talent show.
I just signed us up, and I was like,
Yeah.
I'm doing this with you or without you. You
Yeah,
can play guitar, or I'll get up there with a boombox.
No, for real. And I was like, okay, fine, well, I'll do it.
We came in a
Second place.
strong second place.
Yeah.
A little wet.
Matt is also a painter.
There were things I wanted to say that I didn't feel I could do with music. I'm just looking to capture my emotional state, really, in a lot of them.
I was floating to the sky.
In 2020, his emotional state suddenly turned dire when medication that he was prescribed for ADHD brought on a psychotic breakdown.
Psychosis is very powerful.
You described it as being besieged.
In a sense, your mind being hijacked.
Yeah.
And for me to go into a state of hypervigilance and paranoia and sadly delusions. I believed that I was being chased by whoever they were.
How long did this go on for?
Around 4 or 5 years.
Wherever he went, he carried a suitcase full of Polaroids,
I think I have somewhere around 20,000 Polaroids.
pictures he took obsessively of his perfectly placed belongings.
I wanted to be certain that they would be exactly the way I left them before.
Yeah. What's it like to look at this now?
I feel like I'm looking at someone else.
Yeah. Were you worried about him?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that it was constant worry. There was nothing that I could do in a certain sense, but be there for him.
It was a nightmarish life.
Did it feel nightmarish to you as you were going through it?
It was a state of panic 24/7.
God, don't let me lose my mind.
In the middle of it all, he broke up with his wife, Eva.
Travel on my left, travel on my right.
You split with her because you were worried about her.
I believed that she was in danger being close to me. So if I distanced myself from her, she would be safe.
Man, I really messed up now. Too afraid to say it out loud.
It all came to a head last year at a New York City hotel when police came to his room.
Were there weapons drawn?
Yes. Yeah.
Matt, who'd started carrying guns, was arrested for weapons possession.
Which turned out to be the best thing that could have happened.
You said that basically saved your life.
Yeah, it did, 100%.
I can barely breathe. Who am I trying to be?
He was immediately hospitalized. As the effects of the medication wore off, Matt felt humbled.
I felt like, how could I let this happen to me?
But you didn't let it happen. It happened.
Yeah, it's still difficult to accept that, though.
Does that involve some form of self-forgiveness?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. How did you do that?
I'm still working on that one.
Last year, Matt and his wife renewed their vows in New York.
How did it feel?
It felt amazing.
Yeah.
It was one of the greatest experiences of my life.
You lift me up when I get down.
The single, Rainbow, is about Eva.
Without my wife, Eva, I 100% would not be here, I don't think.
How's he doing?
Great. We're back to arguing about normal stuff.
The songs on Cage the Elephant's latest album, Neon Pill, tell the story of Matt's journey.
Were you nervous about performing them in the beginning?
Yeah,
You were.
taking those first steps was scary.
The lights go out and I'm back inside that hallway. Shadowbox and shame and self-inflicted mind games.
For so long, Matt Shultz had felt isolated in his own mind.
And so performing the songs are somewhat of a confirmation that people are still there and still care,
Yes.
and that I'm not alone.
You lift me up when I get down. Right round, got me floating like a rainbow, floating like a rainbow. You lift me up when
I love that photograph, and our thanks to Matt for being so open and
So
thoughtful
candid.
about everything that he went through, which, as you can see, was an awful lot.
Well, he was clearly talking, clearly very comfortable talking to you, but I also like Eva. You know,
Yeah.
the vows say till death do us part. She took those very, very seriously.
Yeah, he tried to push her away. She wouldn't go.
Yeah.
They did split up in the middle of all this. But, you know, that was the tough part. It was really tough for his brother Brad as well.
Yes.
You know, they'd been through something like this with their father, who was a long-haul truck driver and used to take amphetamines. So they'd seen him go through sort of changed personality kind of things. He was still functioning, obviously, but he was different.
Oh. I like Brad, the brother saying, and now we can argue about regular stuff. Regular stuff.
Yeah. The relationship
Matt,
is
for
beautiful.
sharing, though.
Yeah.
He said he wanted to break up with her because he felt like she was in danger because of the things he was going through. And in so many words, she was like, nah,
Yeah.
I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, and she didn't.
I'm here for life.
That careful distinction you made when he said, I couldn't believe I let this happen, and you said you didn't let it happen.
Right.
It happened.
He does. He feels very guilty about it because obviously it caused a lot of problems for a lot of people.
Yeah.
But you know what it was a chemical imbalance in his brain, basically,
Yes.
that caused all this to happen.
People don't understand that.
Yeah,
That's
they
why
don't.
it's important.
They don't.
They-
Well, to
Stories
no
like that
surprise, you
important.
did it again, Anthony. Well
Yes,
done.
no
Well done.
surprise.